hello. It's homework time. All right, you do have homework today. Woohoo! So, for homework, you are going to complete this worksheet, equivalent fractions. Our success criteria is I can use multiplication and division to create equivalent fractions. So an equivalent fraction is a fraction that is equal to another fraction. So we've done this using visual representations such as circles and fraction bars. So for instance, 1/2 right? So this is a half, 1/2 is equal to 2/4 here, right? Because if we color two parts, they both take up the same space in the fraction bar. Let's go over some vocabulary. Our denominator represents the bottom number, the whole, right? The whole. Two parts here create the whole. This whole fraction bar is made of two parts. Here, the denominator or the whole is represented by the 4 parts that together make the whole fraction bar. The shaded part is our part. So here, 1 part is shaded. And here, 2 parts are shaded. The difference is that when it's the half, a larger part, each part is larger, right? So this is just 1 part, but it's equivalent or equal to 2 parts with the denominator of 4, okay? So remember, we don't compare, we don't look and say, ooh, 2/4 is bigger, a 2 is larger than 1 is greater than 1, and a 4 is greater than 2, so 2/4 must be bigger. No, 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 no. Always work out the math, either using a picture or what we're doing today, or cross multiplying. And then today we're actually creating equivalent fractions. So when we create equivalent fractions, we can, one strategy is to multiply. So say I have 3/4 and I want to create an equivalent fraction. I can multiply the 3/4 by a fraction whose, I want another color. I can multiply by a fraction to create an equivalent fraction to 3/4 by a fraction with the same number in the numerator and denominator. So I could pick anything. So I can write 2/2. This is 2 halves, not 2 tooths, right? So 3/4 times 2 halves. Remember, any fraction with the same numerator and denominator is equivalent to 1. And when we multiply any number by 1, we get the same number. So that's how we do it in fractions. We create a fraction that is equal to 1, and when we multiply it, we get an equivalent fraction. So let's see. 3 times 2, 3, 6. 4 times 2, 4, 8. We get 8/6. Let's do our trick. 3/4. Oops. 6/8. I say 8/6, 6/8. Then we cross multiply. 8 times 3. 8, 16, 24. 24. And then 4 times 6. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. Voila. 24 equals 24. So these are equivalent. We can also find an equivalent fraction by dividing, but we would have to divide the numerator and denominator by the same number, okay? So we can't always use this method. But let's say we have 6/12. That's our fraction. and I want to create an equivalent fraction by dividing. What can I do? I have to find a number, a common factor, a number that each of these numbers, 6 and 12, can be divided by and get a whole number. So let's think about it. Now, when I do this, I always like to start with my numerator and say, can I divide the numerator and denominator both by 6? 6 divided by 6 is 1. I can do that. Can I divide 12 by 6? 12 divided by 6? Let me skip count and make sure. 6, 12. Yes, I can. And the answer is 2. And 6 divided by 6 is 1/2. Okay? That's always the goal. However, you could multiply it by another number. Say the number 2, because 6 and 12 are both even numbers, so I know they're divisible by 2. 6 divided by 2, 2, 4, 6 is 3. And 12 divided by 2, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 is 6. So that is an equivalent fraction as well. Oh, this was divided by 2, right? Equals 3, 6. And these two are equivalent. All right, so let's take a look at our worksheet. So we are doing everything except for Q. So I want you to put an X on Q. Okay, I'll do some with you, and then you'll do the rest on your own. I'm going to do it on the smart, I could do it here actually. That's fine. And there's pretty much enough room. You can work off the back of your worksheet. And remember, I never want to hear, you have spelling sentences today. Even if you don't have paper at home, guess what? Write your sentences on the back of this, okay? No excuses. All right, so let's go. Focus. So, in the top, we can see it says equivalent fractions, fractions that are equal. You can use multiplication to find an equivalent fraction. Multiply by any fraction equal to 1, right? Where the numerator and denominator is the same. That means it's equivalent to 1. Equivalent to 1. Where the numerator and denominator are the same number, okay? You can also use division to find an equivalent fraction. Divide by a fraction equal to 1, where the numerator and denominator have a common factor. So you might not always be able to do this, but if you see that they both have common factors, you absolutely can. So 15 and 20 are both divisible by 5, and 12 and 18 are both divisible by 6, okay? There's something called to simplify it, and you want to use the greatest common factor. That means like the largest number that they can be divided by, but we're not going to worry about that. Any common factor will do, okay? So, A. The instructions say use multiplication to find an equivalent fraction. Sure, all I have to do is multiply 2/3 by a fraction equivalent to 1. So I could pick any number here. I can do 3/3 and just multiply straight across. When we multiply the numerators together and the denominators together. So 2 times 3, 2, 4, 6. 3 times 3, 3, 6, 9. 6/9, okay? Then I have 1/5. Remember, I can pick whatever I want here. I'm going to do 2 halves. I'm going to multiply straight across. 1 times 2 is 2. 5 times 2, 5, 10. 2/10. I'm going to do C with you. 3/7. I can pick any number. I'm going to go 4. And I'm going to skip count. 3, 6, 9, 12. 7, 14, 21, 28. 12/28. Okay? So any equivalent fraction will do. Just multiply by a fraction that is equivalent to 1, where the numerator and the denominator are the same. That's all you got to do. So you're going to do these next 3 on your own. Then down here, it says use division to find an equivalent fraction. So each of these fractions, the numerator and denominator, share a common factor. That means there is a number that you can multiply both of them by and get a whole number. So and we're not doing the number 1, no way. So we're going to write it out. 3/12. Think about it. We're going to divide, so I'm going to write a little division symbol. 3/12. What is a common factor between 3 and 12? If you really don't know, you can create factor rainbows for the number 3 and the number 12 and find out. So check this out. Remember these? We did these the last unit. I hope you do. So if I want to do a factor rainbow for 3, and I remember 3 is a prime number, every factor rainbow starts with 1 and the number. Then I go to 2. That's not going to work because 3 is an odd number. Then 3, it's already here. So the factors are 1 and 3. Then if I want to do a factor rainbow for the number 12, let's see. I have 1 and 12 for sure. What about 2? I think so, because 12 is an even number. The number 2, we always look in the ones place. 2 is even. It has a friend. So 2, and now I'm going to count by 2s. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. I have 6 fingers up. So that is a pair. What about the number 3? 3, 6, 9, 12. Yep, I have 4 fingers up. So 3 and 4. Then I go to the number 4. It's already here. So that the factors are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. Do I see any common factors? Yes, 3. So I'm going to divide my numerator and denominator by 3. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 12 divided by 3. Let me skip count. 3, 6, 9, 12. I have 4 fingers up. 1/4. 1/4 is also called 1/4. All right. Let's go. I'll do H with you. 14 and 28. So remember, you can always make a factor rainbow, or you can think, if you know a number that they're both divisible by offhand, you can look at a multiplication table to help you out. I will tell you, if you make factor rainbows, you'll find that 14 times 2 is 28. However, I'm going to do a different number. I'm going to do 7 because I know from my skip counting each day that when I skip count by 7s, I say 14 and I say 28, right? 7, 14, 21, 28. I said 14 and 28. So I'm going to divide them both by 7. 14 divided by 7, I'm going to skip count by 7. 7, 14, I get 2. 28 divided by 7, I'm going to skip count by 7. 7, 14, 21, 28. 4 fingers, 2/4. That is an equivalent fraction, okay? All right, I'll do I with you as well. 10/30. Bam, what do I see? What do I know is divisible by both of them? 10, right? So let's do it. 10 divided by 10 is 1. 30 divided by 10, 10, 20, 33. 1/3. We could also do it by 5s, right? 5, 10, 15, or 5, 10. That goes 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. 30 is also divisible by 5. At the bottom, all you have to do is find 3 equivalent fractions for each fraction shown. So you can multiply or divide. Okay? Here I would like you to, if you have a scrap sheet, or work on the back of your worksheet. Or you can do Yeah, it'll be best if you, I mean, if you could write small, you could write on the sides a bit. But first, I'm going to see if there's a common factor. Can I divide? 2 and 4. They both are divisible by 2, right? So I can do 2 over 2 equals 1/2. I'm going to box my answer. That's my answer 1. What else can I do? 2/4. Whoop, I'm rewriting this fraction here. I can multiply by the same numerator and denominator, any number I'd like. Let's do 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 4/8 is another one. I can multiply by another number if I want. I could just do multiplication for each one if I want. I do actually want you to do 1 division and 2 multiplication for each, because you're finding 3 equivalent fractions. So I want you to find 1 equivalent fraction using division and 2 equivalent fractions using multiplication. And then another one, 2/4. So I have division, multiplication. I have to do another multiplication. I'm going to do 3. 3/3. 2 times 3 is 6. 4 times 3 is, I'm going to skip count. 4, 8, 12. Okay. So you're going to do the rest, and I'm going to box my answer. So I have 3 boxed answers, right? You're going to do the rest for homework. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 questions to go. Use multiplication, any numbers, top and bottom, numerator, denominator are the same because it needs to be equal to 1, whatever you multiply by. Then here, you need to find a common factor. And then down here, you need to find 3 equivalent fractions using division for one of them. So you want to find an equivalent fraction using division, and then 2 more using multiplication, just like I did. I found the common factor and divided, and then I multiplied for the next 2. All right. Also, 10 sentences, read 20 minutes, and I'll see ya. Oh, secret word. Oh, my goodness. Woof. The secret word of the day is apple, because I'm eating an apple. Apple. All right. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.